Huh? Wait, what is it? Oh my god. Fortnite Season 10 is almost out. Who knows what Epic are going to add to the game? New skins? Some new emotes? New map updates? The next Fortnite Season update is set to go live after the World Cup, meaning we're finally going to get some major changes to the game. Everyone thought the giant monster fight would change the map somehow, but all it gave us was a spooky, glowing orb. Look at that thing, pulsing menacingly. Number 10, more servers. There's one major difference between you and another player that can decide the outcome of a fight, and it's got nothing to do with how good you are at the game. I'm talking about ping, the connection that both you and other people playing Fortnite have to the servers. Depending on how good your internet is and how far away you live from where the servers are located, you can end up having a drastically higher ping than other players in your game, which isn't going to do you any favors in a fight. Lag caused by ping can stop your structures from being built properly and cause the shots you think should hit miss completely. Even if you have a good level of ping, something around the 25 to 30 mark, you can still encounter other players with less ping that have a genuine advantage because of their connection. According to the site Thumbsticks, as of May this year, Fortnite only had 16 data centers set up around the world to manage the game servers. There's only one in South America and none at all in Africa or Russia. Players in these regions have to connect to servers that are in completely different countries, which is always going to put them at a ping disadvantage. Fighting against people with better ping isn't impossible, but it's pretty unfair that these locations aren't being supported by the biggest game in the world. Number 9. Combat shotgun changes. The combat shotgun was added to the game at the beginning of Season 9, and it was immediately controversial. This shotgun was an absolute beast. For a start, the gun has incredibly tight bullet spread, which makes it harder to hit targets at close range, but also makes it much easier to eliminate people if you manage to land all 9 pellets. When the combat shotgun originally came out, people were immediately reminded of the double pump, the classic tactic allowing you to rapidly switch and fire between 2 pump action shotguns, let you mow enemies down in seconds with an unbeatable damage output. With the combat shotgun, you don't even need to try and do a high skilled weapon switch maneuver because the gun is just so fast firing. Within a few patches in Season 9, the gun had been nerfed, but even now it's still incredibly strong. Now what they really need to do is vault the combat shotgun and bring back the classic pump, or lay some more heavy nerfs on the weapon. Number 8. HUD customization. While the Fortnite map and theme has changed at the start of every season, there's one thing that has stayed almost completely the same, and that's your in-game HUD. The HUD, or heads-up display, is what shows your inventory, ammo, and materials in every game. Currently, the only thing you're allowed to customize with the HUD is its size, which can be done in the settings menu with a slider. But really, Epic needs to do more. They should add features that allow us to completely customize how the in-game HUD looks, whether that be taking elements away, like the completely pointless images of the structures above your items, or adding things like images of all the traps that you have. It would also be pretty cool if you could change the location of things like your minimap. Or maybe if you could switch the side that your minimap displays. Or maybe if you want your teammates displayed at the top or bottom of your screen. Number 7. A new map or big changes. In my opinion, the changes to the Fortnite map we received in Season 9 were pretty small. Sure, Tilted and Retail got updated and sent into the future, and the volcano had become a giant mecha platform, but that's nothing close to the giant biome changes we got in Season 5 with the desert in the southeast, or the giant iceberg in Season 7. Basically, with no major map changes in Season 9, the Fortnite island is starting to feel a bit stale. One way to fix that would be giving us an entirely new map to play on. Even if we do get some big map changes, it doesn't change the fact that we've basically been playing Fortnite on this single island for 2 years now. A new map might be exactly what's needed to spice the game up a bit, but with that giant pulsating orb and loot lake, it looks like we'll probably be getting some more map changes in the near future. The only area that hasn't gotten a new biome so far is the Northwest, which coincidentally is where the orb is located. Hopefully this means that this area is about to get some much needed attention. Number 6. Different rule sets for competitive. The competitive world of Fortnite is an interesting topic to talk about, purely because Epic Games are trying to keep it as open and accessible as possible. Even with the Fortnite World Cup, pretty much everyone was allowed to enter. As long as you were old enough, you could compete in the online tournaments, and if you were ranked high enough, you'd be able to compete in New York's World Cup event at the Ash Stadium. One of the reasons that it's possible is because the competitive version of the game and the standard public version of the game are basically the same. Unlike games such as Call of Duty, which changes its competitive tournament mode in comparison to its normal public mode, the game is identical. But this raises some pretty major issues. Running competitive on the same version of Fortnite as the live servers opens it up to all the overpowered mechanics and bugs of the main game. Vehicles like the Baller have never been well balanced, but they're still allowed in the competitive mode. Even now, in the run-up to the New York tournament, a new bug has been discovered that is dramatically affecting players. Apparently, editing a structure rapidly can create different shapes than intended. That's a pretty big deal because at the higher tiers of play, editing structures is a major part of the meta. If competitive ran on a different instance of Fortnite, it's very possible that this would never have been a problem for competitive players. Epic do give a solution to this bug though. They say that you should try to edit structures slowly. That's not exactly going to save you in the middle of a build battle though. Number 5, damage trap changes. There was a time when players had a whole host of traps to worry about in Fortnite, from traps that only stuck to ceilings to others that only stuck to walls. These days, we have one trap, the damage trap, which can stick to anything. If you get hit by one of these damage traps, you'll be hit for 150 damage, which is like a lot. At the top tiers of play, one of the smartest things to do with the damage trap is to lock someone in a structure after placing one on the ground. It takes timing and some speedy edit maneuvers, but if you can pull it off and at the right time, it's basically a guaranteed elimination with no counterplay. And that's kind of an issue. You could argue that if you get yourself in a position where you can be eliminated by a quick damage trap placement, you deserve to be eliminated. But when it's so easy to just quickly flick one down in the middle of a build battle, that's a hard point to argue, especially if you're in the early game with no shields. One way they could change this is by giving a player more time after the trap is placed before it becomes primed. So if one is placed beneath you, there's a short second or two window you can get out of the way. Number 4, new tier 100 mechanics. The tier 100 skin is the big reward at the end of every battle pass grind. In season 2 and 3, when the idea of the battle pass was still relatively fresh, the tier 100 skin was just a simple skin that you could earn. You can't customize the Black Knight or the Reaper skins at all. What you see is what you get. But the tier 100 skins of season 4 and onwards have all had some kind of customization element. From color palette swaps you can earn to the skin, actually evolving you as you earn more XP. Tier 100 skins in Fortnite have become something pretty special, but they're also kind of getting stale. It's arguable that the best customization skins we've ever had in the game were the tier 100 rewards from season 6 and season 5, Dire and Ragnarok respectively. The Dire skin changed your character from a normal looking guy into a total werewolf, and Ragnarok showed a Viking's progression into a crazy looking world ending warrior. The more recent tier 100s, really from Lux onward, don't quite have the same wow factor as these earlier skins. Really, we need Epic Games to add some sort of new tier 100 skin mechanic to spice things up even further. Number 3, the bunker mystery. In season 4, right after a giant meteor had come crashing down onto Dusty Depot, something else had changed. A mysterious, unbreakable hatch had appeared in Wailing Woods. Immediately, people began trying to work out what this hatch was, and people began creating some pretty crazy theories. Some believed it was the entrance to an underground tunnel system. Others thought it was the entrance to some sort of bunker. The truth is, we didn't know then, and we still don't know now. Even after the map changed, with Wailing Woods becoming a giant volcano, the bunker persisted. Not only that, more recently, another of these secret hatches was discovered underneath the side of the Iceberg community event. We still don't know what these hatches are for or what they mean for the Fortnite storyline, but considering more have shown up over time, it's safe to say that there's more going on with them than Epic are letting on. And with season 10 just around the corner, they should probably let us in on the secret. Number 2, building sensitivity. The building mechanics in Fortnite have changed a lot since the original launch of the game. These days, people are able to build at speeds quicker than ever before, creating giant towers in mere seconds in a crazy ballad of structures and bullets. But there's one type of person that has suffered in all of these advanced building updates. People who play with a lower aim sensitivity. To truly get the most out of Fortnite's building mechanics, you need to use a fairly high sensitivity. That way you can slap down structures at a rapid pace to try and outbuild your enemy before finally taking them out if they make a mistake while building. The issue is, if you have trouble aiming with a higher sensitivity, you're going to have trouble keeping up with those high sensitivity builders because you're using a lower sensitivity than them. If Fortnite added a way to make your build sensitivity and your aiming sensitivity two separate things, then it may level the playing field between high sense and low sense players. Number 1. In-game Creative Map Manager. No one expected Fortnite to add a creative mode to the game, but when they did, everyone realized that it was a pretty awesome addition to the game. You can use creative to practice your building. You can use it to build awesome structures. Some people even use it to create entire new game modes like death races. But unless you're part of the Support a Creator program, you can't actually share your creations. This is a shame. While it made sense to limit the amount of people that could share maps while the idea was still being tested out, the creative features have been in the game for a while now, so it makes sense for Epic to start allowing more people to share their own islands. With that should come an in-game system to actually browse people's maps, because at the moment, you have to rely on the third-party websites to get the island codes. An in-game map search tool, similar to the current storefront, would go a long way in solidifying creative as one of the best parts of Fortnite. This may have been our first video on the channel, but we're going to have even more Fortnite content up really soon. So if you want to see some more top tier Fortnite videos, just hit the subscribe button. You know, that one. Yeah, that's right. Just give that a click. See you guys next time.